All right. Happy November 2020. What a year. Aquarius, January 21st to February 19th, around that time, birthdays. All right, this is your reading. So, we are out of Halloween and Day of the Dead. I hope you guys enjoy those videos on divination for communicating with your ancestors that you want to communicate with. So that was fun. Now let's see what the energy is for November for you guys. November 14th, Friday, new moon in Scorpio. November 30th, Monday, full moon in Gemini, your fellow air sign. Looking further ahead into December to close out the calendar year, November 14th, Monday, new moon in Sagittarius. December 29th, Tuesday, full moon in Cancer. Now back up to December 14th, Monday, new moon in Sagittarius. That is an eclipse. Okay, that new moon is an eclipse. So a video is coming out on that. All right. Okay, so after I do the November moon videos, right? All right, so Aquarius, the energy for you this month, what you guys will be looking at is basically the first half of the month, really trying to get yourself out of a slumpy feeling. And with, the election and everything going on, this energy is really intense, and especially if you have, your own issues going on, it can be really intense. So a lot of you are in protection mode, especially if you own a business or, or helping out someone. And a lot of you will be busy trying to really negotiate your way through any kind of intense situation. So, some of you would have to say, have cameras up, not really relying on hearsay, but making sure that you guys have concrete proof of anything that is happening, all right, or could happen, so that you have the upper hand, or that you have some kind of security, right? And just trusting your instinct, and then that will relieve a lot of the stress. Okay, and then something better will come out of that. A better relationship will come out of that. Another way of reading this is, as far as love, a new relationship coming through. Okay, and you have to make sure that you are sure about this relationship, because it could be material based. All right, and it would be a good outcome for you for material purposes, but not for love. Okay, that's like the love interpretation of that. The overall interpretation is really trying to make sure that this new relationship that you're going into is going to be the best one for you. It's more of a business and needs and want relationship. So this month has that energy of putting your best foot forward, doing your investigation, make sure that you are fully aware of what you're getting into. There's no misunderstanding when it comes to this new relationship or new agreement. All right, and it's just you moving forward this month in receiving what you want and what you need. Let's see what wisdom cards have to say. We have the wisdom cards and the psychic tarot heart. So resentment, criticism, guilt, and fear come from blaming others and not taking responsibility for your own experiences. So what do you need to let go of? November is another great time to really practice what you were practicing seasonally, if that makes sense. So it depends on your spiritual practice, right? So it's like, what can you let go of and what do you really need, right, to get through winter? So if we look at it seasonally, you're not going to do things carelessly in certain seasons, because it just wouldn't be best for your health and your well-being. So it's kind of like, they say spring cleaning. Well, every 4 quarters you can do a sense of cleaning, cleansing, getting rid of what you don't need. We're in waning moon right now, right? So we want to get rid. What can we get rid of? What do we not need? Guilt, criticism, fear, blaming others, just doing the best that you can, you know, especially if you feel like you're being blamed for something. You know, it's like owning up to our own behavior and then making the relationship a new and better one. But maybe for you, it's more of a financial kind of situation where it's like, hey, I need to make sure that I'm okay, you know, financially. It's like there could be other important things going on, but you have to make sure that you're set financially. And the way that you're looking at things might not be as optimistic as it could be or as it should be. But the process of really setting your goals and setting up your idea of what you want will get you feeling better. Not only that, but having you be in a more comfortable space by the end of November. But it doesn't happen just by wishful thinking. It happens by actually doing the work. Okay? I get Gemini here, balance. I get balance between two people, love and relationship, but also your heart and having a deep spiritual connection and finding balance with the people closest to you. We connect to different people in different ways. So how do I connect to you? How do I connect to you? How do I connect to you? We connect to people in different ways. So just finding out how to build new relationships with people in November. We're out of Mercury retrograde, so it's better communication verbally and electronically, okay? So what planet zodiac are you easier to learn from this month, right? And it will be a fire sign, an Aries, okay? And the Aries will help with determination, how you go about doing something. They're very determined type of personality, okay? So they'll help you with how you're gonna go about doing things. And then the South Node is all about letting go of your past. A lot of the way that we behave in the present moment, or the way we handle stress, anxiety, fear, our goals, how we see things and not see things enlightenedly, what goals we choose to go after, what we're lusting after, what we feel we need, how we feel when we win or we're in a comfortable space, how we treat our love partners, how we visualize a new beginning for ourselves, how we accuse or judge or see things, right? All stem from our past. So look at where Saturn is in your chart. That would be good. I mean, this whole year, everyone should be looking at where Saturn is in their chart, where Jupiter is, where Pluto is, and understand the house and the sign it's in, and understand what it means, and what is your Saturn. How do you handle agreements with people? Do you back out of it if it's not going right? Do you handle it the right way or the kind of weak way? You know, how do you handle things? And how do you handle your past relationship? What do you think about our karma? You know, the actions we take. Are we responsible for the actions we take? How do you view those things? So those all add up. Look at your South Node. You know, it's really interesting. It's kind of like, you know, I guess like when you're raised in the Bible, there's a passage that said the tail will soon be the head. I mean, like, you know, if you're treated like second class or you're treated poorly, right? You're at the tail, you know, the ass's end. But then there'll be a moment where there'll be a victory for you where you'll be the head, right? So I like to think of like the South Node and the North Node. The South Node is a tail, right, of the dragon, and the North Node is the head of the dragon. They're both good, but it's a position that you're in where you can learn from. It's either you're going to keep yourself down when you're at the tail, or you're gonna try and lift yourself up and do the best you can, right? If you're at the head, are you gonna be a jerk and abuse your power, or are you gonna be wise, right? So there's different ways of looking at it, right? So in your South Node, how are you dealing with your past? This month, so a practice that you could do is see how you deal with things when they're not going right for you, or when you change your mind. Do you handle it the correct way? How do you treat others? You know, if you feel like you do a good job, we can all improve. So it's just about really looking deep and see how we are in our love relationships, our work relationships, our friend relationships, our acquaintances. Okay, who is the hardest for you to learn from? Okay, so my planetary symbols are messing me up in my head, but I want to say that's Uranus, right? Okay, so Neptune. Okay, so Neptune, ruler of Pisces. So there might be a Pisces that you might find it difficult to get along with. Maybe you're at some kind of disagreements. Work that out, okay? This Neptune energy is about disillusion or imagination. Do you feel that that person is not seeing things correctly, or they're seeing things in a more futuristic way than you are, but just differently? You know, mystical, right? They're about intuition and dreams. So this is the world that we don't see physically, okay? And that can be an issue if you are both not on the same understanding. And you being ruled by Uranus and also Saturn as an Aquarius, you have a very kind of serious way about you, especially with the Saturn energy and the Uranus energy of really, the Uranus energy is rebelling, right? And the Pisces person that's ruled by Neptune is seeing things in their own way on a different kind of spiritual level, right? That vibration is might be the same, but then they might take it more relaxed than you are, right? And just being okay with that. And then a Libra can be the person that helps you to balance out your frustration, right? And that's a good person to know and to communicate with, right? You might even have a disagreement, but later on you'll sit back and just kind of realize, hey, there's some valid points here, you know? And knowing that you're ruled by Uranus as Taurus is, this past full moon that we had in Taurus was a great time for you to work out any kind of issues that you had with being shocked or upset about something not working out right, and really looking at the positive actions that you can take to overcome any kind of stress. And even right now you can tap into that, because whenever you see this video, you know, I set the highest and best intention that is helpful to whoever is watching. And you know, this is a great way of channeling and meditating and really, you know, looking at the storyline, the psychology of astrology, right? And just really tapping into how we think and why we think the way we do, right? So like I said before, I'm not sure if I said in this video, I think I did, but just look at where our Saturn is. Look at where our Pluto is and our Jupiter is, and really understand ourselves this year, as much as pulling cards for ourselves, just understanding how we are and why we are, right? So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good November. Click like, share the videos, all of that stuff. All right, peace.